Hello, everybody. After forever and being gone for like 2 weeks, but I'm here. I'm here. What's up, everybody? I hope I remember how to do this because it has been a while. I have been away. I have been at a convention. And then last week I was sick as a dog. And my voice probably still sounds a little scratchy, but hopefully it's not too bad. Please bear with me. Hello, let me just say hi to chat. Hello, hello. Reading is a mean moto scooter. Am I? I was, yeah. I was just road raging all the way through those Taiwan alleys. Oh, I'm better. Yeah, I'm fine. It was just cold, but but my voice sounded really bad, so I didn't want to stream. Yeah. Oh, I sound normal. Yay! I'm glad. Maromi member radio member chats are now showing up in StreamYards. Words cannot express how happy I am at this change. Thank you, StreamYards. This has been major frustration for me for fucking ever. Thank you. And thank you, Maromi, for being a member for 18 months. Dungeoneers. Yes, Dungeoneers. So many missed member chats. No more. Yes, I'm so glad. Thank you. And JW Learning, hello. Hi, painting as you watch. Mike, hello, Mike Kennard. Hi, Alex BRB. Hi, Jenna Missy. Hello, hello, hello. Starkey's here. I sound back to normal voice. Yay! I did actually go on a few streams. I went on Vaughn and Narwhal's channels, and it was bad. So I sound like this, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Space Monkey. Hello, Noran Turbo. Hi. Yo, 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 yo. And also Gnomeski is here. Epignosis. All right. I will not dilly-dally any longer. I am here today with the very awesome, the one and only CEO, CFO. I'm not sure what his actual title is, but he owns Alterna Comics, and he's an amazing storyteller, and he has an amazing new campaign to share with all of you. Welcome, Peter!
Hello, hello. I speak to you tonight from the Bizarroverse.
The Bizarroverse?
I'm flipped here. So it looks more appropriate.
Oh. I'm so confused.
See?
Why does that look more appropriate?
Because if I'm this way, it looks like I'm talking to someone that's off there. I got the sunglasses. It makes me look like I'm blind, But here, if I do this, I could see you. And it looks like I'm talking to you.
All right. Well, I like it. It's I support all this here. The new camera angle looks good. I like the comics in the background. Your backdrop is I got to work on my backdrop. That's something that I'm always jealous about.
Oh, is it not doing it? That would suck.
I mean, what?
Is it not flipping the camera? It says it's supposed to mirror it.
Oh, no, you're facing the other way from me.
Why? Why does it do this? Why? Look at that. Look how technology, right? I guess I'll just leave it alone.
You're not straight on anymore because usually you were straight on before.
See, the other way before it had the whole thing mirrored, so it looked like I was this way. You see it, right? So it looks like I'm talking to you.
If you go into StreamYard should be able
to mirror. I did that.
Oh.
And it didn't do it. It did it for this. Yeah, behind the scenes here, and made me quite the fool.
It did.
In front of everybody else.
I do not blame you for this. I absolve you of this.
But guilt. This is awkward because then I can't see the, I'm looking. So it looks normal on here like I'm talking, but I'm looking then at just the wall.
Can I switch it and then I will? But then I'm looking at the corner of my room, and I'm like, yes.
Exactly. We'll just leave it that way, and I'll try to talk like this for the rest of it. We'll face more. All right.
It's fine.
There we go.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm sure the audience doesn't mind.
Tried to be clever, and it backfired.
It's fine. It's not your fault. It's StreamYard's fault, as usual. Granda, what's up? Hello.
That's kind of
Eric Winberg. Yep. All right. So, welcome back to the channel. You've been on before.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming on. It's I'm always excited to talk to you. You just had me on your channel a couple weeks ago, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. Everybody go check out that interview if you want to hear some fiendish stuff and good old comics talk. It was great. It was a great show.
Yeah.
I suppose I will pull up your current campaign, but why don't you? I think for anybody who might not know you, I'm sure everybody in my chat knows who you are. But for any newcomers, anybody who might just be stumbling onto this channel, can you let everybody know who you are, how you started out with Alterna, and probably if we can segue that into King Cryptid, if it's something that you.
Hmm. Okay. That's a big question, Rini. Do we really want to
Sorry,
have that conversation?
sorry.
Okay. All
I
right.
think we do.
We'll do it. We'll do it. Okay. Now, first of all, I'm not like CFO. I hate that. Ugh, that's skeevy.
Okay.
Founder, publisher. That's cool. I don't mind that. You know,
Founder.
president is like, ugh. But founder and publisher, I like that.
You're so humble.
It's just the other way is so gross. See, I'm the CEO of Alterna Comics. Oh, where's my big, gigantic, huge, high rise? That's what
Yeah, I
it's not
feel
like.
you.
I'm kicking my feet up on the big desk and all that crap. I'm very blue collar as far as I'm concerned with this stuff, and I want to keep it that way, and forever shall it be. But so I founded Alterna 17 years ago in 2006, and it was supposed to just be a self-publishing thing, and it eventually mutated into what it currently is, because along the way I got people sending me emails and submissions, and they were really talented, and they all had a similar story that they just couldn't break in. And I figured, even though I didn't really know a whole hell of a lot, and I let them all know that, I'm like, hey, I'm just starting out, so it's going to be print on demand. There was no distribution at that point in time. But, we'll do shows, we'll do conventions, we'll sell directly, all that good stuff. And then we got distribution eventually 2 years later in 2008 or so. And then we got into book markets, we got into Diamond, we were one of the first publishers to have digital distribution with Comixology, before the dark times, before the empire took over. So now, fast forward to 2017 a bit, we were doing graphic novels for about 10 to 11 years with varying success. Then in 2017, we started putting out the newsprint single issues. That changed everything. And then in 2020, we left distribution, all distribution, and now we just sell direct across the board, whether it's print, digital, whatever. And we utilize crowdfunding, and we sell on our site. So it's been a game changer, and I can't picture going back.
All right, wonderful. Look at all these books. This is insanely impressive. Oh, and you got in on the game so early. You got something good going on here, obviously.
Thank
So, I didn't actually know this. You do sell on the store, don't you? Or no?
you. We sell where?
You do. You have a shops, right?
Yeah, well,
You sell.
the whole site is a store, but it also has information about the titles. But we also sell to retailers too. So yeah, if you click
Oh.
comics and you go to single issues, you'll see all the single issues. That's kind of like our clearance area, is the dollar bin, for titles that we have a little bit of, or maybe it's missing a part here or there, or whatever it may be. But the single issue areas where you'll find all the comics. We've got graphic novels, we've got digital comics, we've got bundles, all that good stuff. And now we're selling the trading cards too on the site.
Nice. And are known for being able to sell these comics at an amazing price point, which I think you've got stuff for younger readers, you've got comics at a lower price point. I think that's part of the market that it's not really something that it's something that needs to be addressed, and because comic issue prices keep on rising, but it's not something that I really feel like is my wheelhouse, but I'm glad to see you doing it so well and so effectively.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it enables the customers too to try out a wide variety of titles, and we've had a lot of people read books at Alterna that they didn't really think they would have enjoyed, but they gave it a shot because the price point was so low and the book looked pretty decent, and a lot of those books became some of their favorites. So keeping the price point low has really helped remove the barrier of entry as far as that goes.
Yeah, definitely. Look at all these awesome comics, and the art is also good as well. So if everyone, if you don't know about the Alterna website, alternacomics.com. Everybody check that out. I should have linked that in the description as well, but I'm sure one of my awesome mods is going to post a link. Actually, I can also do that. That would be a good idea. And everybody go check it out because you have crowdfunding campaigns for Alterna Comics every quarter, right?
Just about. We're kind of mixing it up at this point, and the biggest thing that we're mixing up is as far as the alternate campaigns go, you can click on like the pre-orders tab right over in the top left. We sell on Alterna, and we also sell with the crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo. And what I'm doing now, because I'm finding that it's not an issue that's been brought up to me by readers. It's not anything like that. It's just something within me. I'm feeling a certain way. I'm getting a certain vibe as far as our campaigns are concerned. I don't want to launch further pre-order campaigns until the previous one's fulfilled. So starting with this August pre-order, because the one that we're fulfilling right now is before this. But starting with this August pre-order campaign that's going to start shipping out in September, I'm not going to put up another pre-order campaign until this one's fulfilled. So in case, even if there's a couple of weeks of delay or whatever it may be, I'm not launching a new campaign till this is fulfilled. It's also for my own sanity, because right now I'm juggling multiple crowdfunding campaigns and cross-referencing this and that and the other thing. And so it's one of those, like, I try to get everybody's stuff out when I possibly can, but something always falls through the cracks. And so I'd rather just kind of tackle one campaign at a time necessarily, especially where I've got the King Cryptid campaign, and that's to fund the creation of the series. So I don't want to get too lost in multiple crowdfunders, and especially for the new books. But yeah, so it used to be quarterly with the seasonal thing. Now it's probably more towards 3 alternate campaigns a year and then 1 King Cryptid campaign.
Right. All right. Gosh, this must be so much to juggle. I just can't. I'm juggling one single series, and I'm like the logistics, the website, doing the art. I mean, doing the art is a big part of it, but just on the creative end, even if you're not drawing, there's so much to do. I don't know how you run all of this. You actually have a staff, though. It's not just you, though I imagine you do.
No, it's me. It's
you don't, it's just you. How do you do it?
Well, I mean, even before we got started, I'm packing up orders and whatnot. And as your video was playing, I'm packing up orders. So it's,
oh, crazy.
You find time.
Hard worker. Pete is a good example for us all. Amazing. Skeletor. I don't see Skeletor.
Where?
Yeah, I have no idea. There's no Skeletor. These are all Alterna original comics. So wonderful. That's oh gosh, I don't know how you do it. Everyone check out alternacomics.com to look at all these awesome series. And so let's pivot into King Cryptid. While as you had just mentioned it,
sure,
this
yeah.
is your current crowdfunding campaign.
Yeah, and this campaign, like the other Alterna ones, is available on Indiegogo and on Alterna's site. So back wherever you feel comfortable. Some people have said, where would you ask me to back? And, well, whatever you want to do, Indiegogo, Alterna. If I had to really twist your arm about it, I'd say, maybe give Alterna a shot first, take a look, because I recommend that, because if you're in the U.S., essentially you could get free shipping if the order's $30 or more. And then also you have the option to pay an extra shipping fee, just a little bit more, and then I can ship in-stock items, and you can ship out the pre-order separately later on. So if there's things you want on the Alterna site, we've got about 400-something items on there. The shipping is flat rate across the board, international and for the U.S. Again, if you get $30 or more and you're in the U.S., it's free shipping. So give the alternate site a shot first, and then if you want to still back on Indiegogo, go for it. There's a lot of people who prefer to back there, but again, I encourage taking a look at the Alterna site.
All right. Shitburn Media says Alterna site functions. That's good enough for me. I would hope it does.
Yeah, I hope
guess
so
there's
too.
a lot of websites that don't. Yeah. So cool. Check that out here or on the website if you wish. And so this is King Cryptid number 5 to 9.
Yeah, 1 to 4 came out last year, so I already have 1 to 4 ready to go. These already shipped out to all the backers on last year's campaign. But if you missed out last year's campaign, you could still get 1 to 4 this year if you want to get that first and then order later on for 5 to 9 or anything else that's on the campaign. You could do that. Or you can just go in one shot and get a catch-up tier, and you can get 1 through 9, and that's $25. So you get 200 something pages of story for $25.
Oh my
And
gosh, that's
yeah, and
amazing.
each issue is episodic, so it's a story for each issue. And I know that's weird to say, like it's not a thing, but a lot of comics nowadays, especially single issue, they're all parts of a story arc, or they're all decompressed storytelling, so things take way longer to tell than they really need to. Every single page, every single panel of King Cryptid, every issue is important, and it tells a full and complete story. And each issue ties into the other issues somewhat, where there's an overarching subplot that's occurring. So the continuity matters, but you'll never be lost reading issue 20, issue 1, issue 100, whatever it may be. And I got a lot of stories to tell. I got a lot of issues to get out there. I absolutely want to get to 100 issues on this series. I got 40 of them that are mapped out. So I'm in it for the long haul.
Fantastic. I feel a little called out, but that's fine. Moving on.
I can't help that, Rini. You work on that.
Okay. I will. Oh, what a...
Hey, you do you. You do you. It's working for you, you know? Everyone does what's working for them.
How dare
but
No.
I love
find
the
this
fun of
model
this.
impressive.
I love the fun of this kind of storytelling, because this is not just the stuff I grew up with. This is not just the way comics were and animated shows and TV shows, and this is the way all kinds of storytelling was for decades upon decades upon decades. It's why you can go back and pick up any issue at any point in time for the most part and enjoy it. It's a story. The reason why you want to maybe read more of that is because you like the story you just read. You like the characters involved. Same thing goes with a lot of TV shows. So a lot of my storytelling is inspired and influenced by that kind of storytelling, all that stuff I grew up with. So throw in that, comics, TV, a healthy dose of the paranormal. I've always been interested in the unknown and the unexplained, all that stuff. And then you get King Cryptid. So it's everything I love about stories, just into one series. And I love playing around with new characters and new settings and all that kind of stuff. And I love finding a way, as I'm storytelling and creating various issues, to weave certain things throughout and to also leave breadcrumbs that lead to future things down the road. So as we get to more issues, we're going to have editor's notes for things. If there's a conversation, it'll allude back to an issue in case someone maybe missed out. It's referencing to a certain thing that might have happened in issue 3 or 4 or whatever. And you'll see that there, and you won't get lost. But whatever issue you're reading of King Cryptid, you'll never get lost. And sometimes we'll have king-sized issues. So issue 10 on next year is going to be a king-sized issue, 64 pages, and then that'll be a bigger story. I was going to split that up and have it as 10, 11, and 12 and do a 3-parter, but I figured why not? Just make it one big issue, and then this way no one has to go and reference 11 or 12 or anything like that. They could just pick up the one big issue 10 and get a bigger story out of it, so things like that I can do, and I'm able to do that. Whereas maybe if I was somewhere else at another company or anything like that, maybe I'd have to split it up and play that system. But like this, I can just do something so it keeps it concise for the readers, so they could just go to one issue, get the whole story, no matter what issue that is, and then move on to the next one.
Fantastic. This is great art too, by the way. All the art you have on.
Oh yeah. My cup runneth over. Yeah, I'm embarrassment of riches with the artists on board for King Cryptid. I'm absolutely blown away and grateful for all of their amazing work on this series. I got Christian Rossi, Nick Hunter, Kier Covington, Alex Jovich, Frankie B. Washington. It's just been great working with all of them.
Yeah. So much talent. Alex VRB, another member chat. Thank you, Alex, member for 18 months as well. CG is a fan and a creator movement. Correct. Yes. So thank you all to all my fellow fans who make these campaigns happen, and to all the creators that give something to be fans of. Give us something to be fans of. I can't read today. Okay, especially those like Rini who selflessly promote others. Oh, well, thank you. I am so selfless. No, actually, I'm not. I've been slacking for a while, but thank you. Thank you, Alex, and definitely thank you to the fans. We are nothing without your support, and we will never forget that. Muchas gracias.
I don't want to dox anybody, but someone just backed the campaign. I don't know if they're watching right now. They backed the campaign, but they didn't pick a perk. They just donated $26. So I want to make sure that if you're out there, you're watching, I want to make sure that you know, go in there. If you didn't mean to do that, go refund, go pick your perks, and then this way it'll be referenced when the time comes. So yeah, I don't want to say who it is. I don't want to dox anybody, but that happened. So I just want to let you guys know.
Hopefully they're watching, and if that was a mistake, they can correct that.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll email later if they're not a viewer right now.
All right, Pete is on top of this. A student of God asks, are you going to put issues 1 to 5 and 6 to 10 in a trade or an omnibus?
No, they're not story arcs, so it's going to be the most awkward trade or omnibus you ever read. As far as an omnibus goes, I'm not putting an omnibus out for a very, 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 very long time. And a trade, too, I'm not putting a trade out for 10 years. If you're trade waiting, you're waiting for 10 years. And the first trade is going to be based on issues voted on by the readers. So there's going to be about 50 or so issues at that point in time, 10 years or so from now. The readers are going to vote on their top 5 favorite issues. And then whatever that amounts to, I'm going to put that together as a trade. And it's going to basically be the essential King Cryptid, more or less. So over time, we'll have certain things where I could feature various characters. So right here, you have White Mountain Yeti. There's going to be multiple White Mountain Yeti stories. I could put together a trade that compiles those stories. But we have to have multiple stories, 4 to 5, before that point comes. But this is not a trade waiting series. Get the single issues and enjoy it the right way.
I see. I understand. Cool. You've got, your storytelling style, and you've got it figured out. That's good.
I've been doing this for almost 18 years, so I hope so. I hope I know something.
Yeah,
I don't know everything, but I hope I know something. I'm learning every time, though. Even these campaigns, every campaign, I'm learning something about what I want to do, in terms of not just how to run the campaign, but also what kind of stories I want to tell, which ones should be told now, which ones should be told a little later, and that's all part of it. But I really like the idea, especially of communicating with the reader, and they like certain characters, and I've got stories for all of them. So if I find that they like certain characters, maybe I'll bump up in the schedule of that rotation for that character and put him in the next round, the next year, whatever it may be. Because every year we'll have 4 to 5 issues. So next year will be 10 to 13. So there's a character called the Behemoth, which is a human hybrid based off of the genetics of the Mothman. So that character has become a fast favorite. It was in issue 1. So we'll see him again in issue 12. And it's a pretty interesting issue for Mothman at that, the Behemoth at that point, because we're going to see a couple different things play out. And this character has a particularly tragic story where this character was, as a human being, we get the idea reading issue 1 that he was sick with something, went to go get treatment. It was an experimental treatment, and they ended up doing this type of stuff to him instead. There's a industry, well, not an industry, but there's a secret government group called Necro. That's the publicly facing organization. It's New England Cryptid Research Organization. But it's a cover-up for a cover-up. So there's a lot of different layers to this group, and they're doing all kinds of different things. So the readers are going to be knowing a little bit more than King Cryptid will. There's kind of a dramatic irony to all of it. But King Cryptid will be discovering a little bit more of what's occurring within issues 5 to 9, because he's already sensing there's some strange stuff going on. But what happens in issues 5 to 9, he's going to become dead certain of it, that what's occurring is purposeful. It is not by accident.
All right. Great pitch. I'm already intrigued. Tell me more.
Thank you.
So that's the story of Behemoth. You clearly have a bunch of other characters here. What is the story of King Cryptid himself?
So King Cryptid, 500 years or so ago, he was betrayed and cursed by his own people, turned into this creature, mockingly at the time called King Cryptid. Eventually, through folklore and legend, the name stuck, and the mocking side of it kind of got lost to history. But for him, the only part of his humanity that he holds on to is remembering his own name, and his own name is Crowan, Krowan. He doesn't remember anything else about his time as a human being, but he remembers that. He remembers his name. His name means something to him. It's a memory burned deep. So that's the only thing that he can hang on to and go, I wasn't always this way. I was a human being at some point. And he hopes that maybe one day he can be a human being, because he doesn't even know if he could die necessarily. Now, when he was originally cursed, he was cursed to be this creature that was this ravenous, killing beast that was just powerless to stop any of it happening. It would kill and consume animal and person. So imagine being in this nightmarish state where you're aware of what you're doing, but you're powerless to stop it. And that was essentially the 100 years or so, the first 100 years of his curse, until he met this Wampanoag shaman by the name of Black Moon, who figured this must be the guy from the legend. Now, they crossed paths one day, and Black Moon helped him out and restored his humanity with the cosmic moonstone thing that you see there above his third eye right there. So that restores his humanity, but it comes at a cost. So the readers learn about what that cost is throughout the course of the series. But he doesn't revert back to human form. He gets less feral, he gets a little bit more maintained, but he doesn't change back into a human. It just brings out his inner humanity again.
I see. So is he fighting other cryptids? Clearly now here he's fighting them.
Yeah. So he fights other cryptids. He also so he's friends and foes with other cryptids, but there's also people involved too. He doesn't really get close to too many human beings, just because with him being essentially an immortal, more or less, the people that he's gotten close to over the years, he's watched them pass away. So he's experienced that pain and that hurt, and he tries not to get too close to human beings, because being mortals, their life is fleeting essentially. But he does get close to some people over the course of the series, because they're just crossing paths so often. And during the course of this series with various cryptids, there are certain cryptids. There's a hierarchy here of cryptids that have always been, cryptids that have been created by magic, and cryptids that have been created by science. And now there's a combination of dark magic and black budget corrupt science that is creating a whole level of abomination of cryptids. And that's the thing that's really concerning King Cryptid, because it's upsetting the natural order. And they're being used effectively to wipe out both cryptid and man.
Fascinating. I'm just oogling at this art over here. I love this. I love the slightly retro look. Like, I think with all the alternate books, you seem to be going for a slightly retro. I know you print on newsprint, and
Yeah.
some of the artwork as well, and the type design and everything.
Yeah,
It's an homage.
so with that, basically, every issue of King Cryptid, you got a front cover, and then you flip it, and you've got a back cover. So that's what that is. So you get a front cover, back cover.
Ah,
You get two covers for the price of the one issue.
oh, that's
So
great.
same thing with the art that you're seeing on there. You're seeing a front cover, and then you're seeing a back cover. This way,
Awesome.
without having to do variants, because I don't like doing variants and having multiple issues and whatnot. But people can get the two covers for the one issue, and that's the back cover to issue 5.
So these two are reverse covers like this, right?
Yeah. So that's the front cover of issue 5, and then that's the back cover when you flip it over. It's not a flip book, but when you flip the cover over, it still lines up correctly. So,
All right.
yeah.
Cool. That is very cool. Let me just scroll through this art. Ooh, look at this. Aww.
Yeah, and
Cry of the Yeti.
that's the opening splash page. We go old school with this, and we've got opening splash pages on the issues. Most of the issues are like that. And then I've got like the title out there as part of the art. And we've got all kinds of different things introducing what the story and kind of setting it up, what it's going to be for the reader.
Lovely. You've got a lot on this campaign. Like, I was scrolling down earlier, and I'm just like, there's so much stuff. It's never ending. I mean, I know it's like 4 issues in one, and I assume you can get caught up on the earlier issues as well, right?
Yeah. We've got the catch up tier for issues 1 to 9. And then they can get, if they want to get it right now, they can order 1 to 4 on the Alterna site. So if you guys are watching and you want to get issues 1 to 4, go right to alternacomics.com. They're right there. You can order them, and then we'll ship them out to you. And it's just about, I believe, let me see, with shipping $6. They'd be $2 a piece, so $14. You can get the 4 issues shipped out. But again, if you spend $30 on the Alterna site, so let's say you get $30 worth of in-stock items, including the King Cryptid issues, everything will ship out, and shipping will be for free if you're in the U.S.
Oh, fantastic. Cheap books and free shipping? What? It's too good to be true. Too good to be true.
But it is. It is true.
But it is. It's like a dream. It's not me, it's you for 5. That's euros, right? No, it's pounds. I'm confused. I'm looking into different pen displays, but I'm unsure which one to get. Any recommendations? Also, how long for Fiendish orders to be fulfilled? Thank you for the 5. And we should be fulfilling it sometime. I thought we were going to start fulfilling last week, but RJ had to do some work on the spreadsheets, and I was assuming we would start this week. But I'll communicate with him because some of the merch and some of the items like the standees and the map are with me, and I'm waiting for the standees to be shipped from Taiwan, and because they ship to my residence, and then I'm going to drive all that stuff to RJ. But we have a lot of orders that are just the book, and with all orders that are just the book that don't have like a standee and the map and sort of the fancier items, all those more basic stuff is already with RJ. Like the books are already all printed and all with RJ, on top of the add-ons and the stretch goal items like the trading cards. So we can start shipping the basic book orders. I'll talk to Critical Blast about it, but you guys should be getting your books throughout the rest of this month. And also different pen displays, as in like Cintiqs and stuff. Is that what you mean? If that's what you mean, I always use Cintiqs, and people disagree, but I refuse to use Huion. I refuse to use Apple. I'm a weirdo, like old stodgy, get off my lawn about this stuff. I know Wacom's are really expensive. I know they're not perfect, and I'm actually debating getting a Wacom Studio Pro. I might not do it because I don't think Wacom's are very good at actually making computers. What I might do is because I want a travel setup, I might get like they have a small 16-inch Cintiq that's for like $500. I'm just gonna hook it onto like one of those mini desktops or like a laptop. But anyways, so I'm a terrible person to ask if you're looking for anything outside of Cintiq, because I would be like, get an Intuos and anything outside of Wacom. Or like get an Intuos, get a Bamboo, get a Cintiq, whatever. That's just me. But I've heard other people are very happy using like the iPad with Procreate if you want to save some money and you're not really, really picky like me. Hyperwizard said, I think the modern mobile Studio Pros are actually good. I've heard mixed reviews. I think it's like for the price point, some people wish it would be better. But I actually had a Cintiq companion, and I was very happy with it. Like, it had some problems, but I sent it back to factory, and they fixed it every time. And I had it for like 5 years until it got knocked over onto the ground by somebody else, which really sucked. But until then, and it kept on working for a couple months after that. The reason I'm usually not for brand loyalty, but Wacom has always been very trustworthy. Their products have lasted a long time for me personally. So there you go. Yep, it's happening again. Yeah. So I hope that answered your question, and thank you for the super chat. All right, back to the campaign. Dan is no iPad. Yeah, so many artists use iPads with Procreate. I just refuse. Like, I know it's probably stupid, but I don't care. I mean, unless it's like the one only option to draw on the left on the planet, then that's maybe I would use that. But still, I have never owned any Apple products, and my plan is to just make a meme of it, and I will never own a single Apple product in my life. Okay. All right. Pardon me. Now.
No.
Now, back to all these students. I nerd out a bit about drawing supplies. If
oh
people,
yeah, no, I hear you.
I'm also considering. Don't hold me to it, but I'm considering going back to traditional inking for the next book. I might regret this.
You should.
Oh my God, should I?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you do that, you're gonna have at least some part of it. I think every artist, at least some part of the book, they should do traditionally. whether it's the pencils or the inks. And it's because that's your retirement fund.
Thank you for being blunt about it. Yeah, that's the thing. I've done 2 books, and I've had people ask like, "Well, where's the original art?" I'm like,
And
I
it
just
looks
draw
better.
digitally.
I think it looks better.
Maybe
There's just things that pick up with traditional, especially traditional inking. But there's things that pick up that you do with the art that you just can't mimic 100%. All those happy accidents that Bob Ross always talked about. You know, there's such an inclination with digital to be perfect, and you lose all of that humanity that's in there. Just my 2 cents. Just how I feel.
Yeah. I started inking, doing everything digitally just for expediency and to save on carrying because I used to move all the time and it was like carrying all this paper. But now I don't like I have a studio and a house, so
Yeah.
I might go back to traditional because people like it. Also, um, money, retirement. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
Yeah.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Rather traditional pencils. I think I might do it the other way around. So
Yeah.
I hope you
I love
guys
all of
can.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will. I'll do my best to have that for Fiendish 3. All right, back to King Cryptid. I was looking at this. You have a build your own bundle, and that is such a good idea. You just have a $1 tier, and people can just build whatever they want
Yeah,
afterwards.
and the dollar goes right back into shipping. So it's not a dollar to access add-ons. It goes right back into your shipping cost, and you can get access to all the add-ons, and you can create your own bundle on there. Or you can go to alternativecomics.com, and you don't have to do any of that, and you could just go right to making your own bundle. That's the part I love about the Alterna site. Indiegogo, it's great, but there's still some things that the Alterna site is superior to. But there's also things that Indiegogo is superior to, one of them being itemized shipping. We can't do itemized shipping on the Alterna site. It's universal across the site. So
Hmm.
there's a lot of different things I add on during the course of the campaign because we have new moon and full moon specials. Because on the night of a full moon, King Cryptid's powers are at their peak, and on the night of a new moon, they're at their lowest, and sometimes they're absolutely depleted because that moonstone's like a lunar cell. It charges up with the rays of the moon. But on the new and full moon, we have a different perk that comes up that's a limited time thing, usually limited edition too. And I can make that free shipping on the Indiegogo site, but I can't make that free shipping in some cases on the Alterna site. So Indiegogo wins on that respect for now. Hopefully our site one day we can have itemized shipping.
I see. Yeah. I've kind of been debating between. I would like to have campaigns hosted on my own website for Fiendish, but it's a little hard. There are certain things, just a couple of things that are hard to set up, and but it's good to have your own store. Like the freedom and the independence is really great, and it's always nice that you have something you fall back on, obviously. But I do honestly really like Indiegogo's interface and the way the perks are structured. Worked out really well for me. I might try out Fund My Comic next time for my next campaign just to test the waters
Yeah.
because they look like they're doing a lot of really interesting stuff. I think with Fund My Comic you can add items. Don't quote me on this, but I believe they have some more flexibility with like adding things to your backing later. Maybe not, but or you can back multiple books more like a store and then pay for it together because it's a cart. I think from what I've seen backing campaigns, that seems to be what they have, and you can like edit things, and so that's nice. That's nice, and I'm just gonna test it out. But
Yeah, we're
yeah,
probably
this
going to
is
be
really
testing
smart.
out Fund My Comic for Alternaween. And Alternaween is usually something where we do a deep discount on a bunch of comics for Halloween to use as trick or treats. So we're probably going to try out Fund My Comic for that in about, I don't know, sometimes toward maybe the end of August. And then this way we can put the campaign up, have it run for a month, and then ship everything out in time to get it to people for Halloween. But yeah, it sounds like a pretty good site. That's it's a new site, obviously, so they're still going to be going through some stuff. But it's progressing a lot quicker than I thought it would, and it doesn't look so bad at all. And some people are having pretty good success on there so far. So I definitely want to look into it, give them a shot, and test out that small campaign first.
Yeah, I'm thinking along the same lines. Same lines. I agree. Let's look at the other perks that you have here. Let's start with the featured perk. You have comics plus a box bundle. What do we get here?
Yeah, so you get the collector box. The we've got 5 collector boxes coming out over the course of the next couple of campaigns. So we're on collector box number 2. So 1 was released last year, 2 is this year, 3 next year, and so on. If you get all 5 boxes, they create an overlapping image. So if you scroll all the way down to the site, you'll see the image that they all create. So if you do get all 5 boxes, they'll have something pretty cool on the shelf, and you'll have a nice image. We got a lot of preview pages to see, so
Oh gosh, so
bear with
much.
it.
Wait,
And then
no, those
all
are
the way
shady
down.
hairs.
Yeah,
All
so
the
we
way.
got all the little, but yeah, all the way right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So
that's
you get this
cool.
image right on the shelf of King Cryptid, and that's by Nick Hunter right there.
I like that. I like that. Ah, these boxes. I just did a box for Fiendish 2 as well, and it makes me very happy. It's just so nice. Have everything in like this little package. You can just
Yeah,
put
yeah.
on the shelf. Oh, I love
And
it.
they hold like 15 to 20 comics, so you could store your King Cryptid comics in there. I figured 5 because I want to get to 100. So if we have 5 of them, 20 in there, we'll get to there with the filling up that box. But we also got a short box too, and the short box, once we sell out of that, I think there's maybe like 15 or 20 of those left, something like that. Once we sell out of that, we sell out of that. So the next time around, maybe 2 or 3 years down the road, after the initial short boxes sell out, maybe we'll put a new one out there with some new art. But for now, that's the one that we have, and that's available. I think at the, I think it's 35 on the Indiegogo site. I'm not entirely sure. I forget at this point. But yeah, so on this one, the featured bundle, you get 2 comic sets. You get 1 set signed, 1 set unsigned, and then you get the box, the collector box with it.
All right, all right. A box that's not $250. How dare you? Well, people have different price points for how we produce
Well, I
things.
mean, the box itself is not.
Yeah, the
I
box
don't think I
itself.
don't think anyone is selling just a box for $250. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's an added fun bonus for someone who wants a different way to store them. So there's a lot of people out there that just like to store the comics on a bookshelf, because some people go, well, it's not a graphic novel. I like the graphic novel on the shelf. So instead, you could get the box, and then you could still put it on the shelf and put the single issues inside of the box.
Yeah, I would personally love that because it just sometimes it gets as much as I love single issues and I love what you guys are doing with episodic issue-based storytelling. They're hard to store sometimes, and sometimes
Yeah.
if you just have a long box, it gets lost. So this is fantastic. Do you have a
Thank you.
box to show on camera?
Yeah. Well, it's a. Let's see.
Let me full screen you. Good question.
So,
Oh,
and then
nice.
this was
That
last
is
year's
great
box.
art. Oh, so cool. You have printing inside too.
Yeah, we
Oh,
print all over
that's
the whole
great.
thing, and then.
Oh, that's great.
And the same thing with this year's box as well. And this is what I'm. So when you open it up, you get King Cryptid's eyes there on the first box staring at you. And then you got that spine on one side that connects, and then you got the spine on the other side with just King Cryptid's logo. But we also have a sealed trading card box too, so you get 20 packs in the sealed box, and that also has art all over the place inside that box. And you get all kinds of bonus cards with that. You get a sketch card. You get a lot of bonuses automatically guaranteed. But then there's also bonuses within the packs themselves. So chances are you're probably going to get a couple more of those bonuses if you do get a box of cards. I think we're up to like 600 packs or something like that sold so far across the board. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff on this campaign. The trading cards are a fully immersive experience too, because we have the front and back covers that I was talking about. On the front cover card, you get just the rundown of the issue, first appearances, what the issue's about, all that stuff. But on the back cover, second card, you get the New England Cryptid Research Organization case file of that issue. So sometimes you'll see things that coincide with what happened in the issue, and then sometimes you'll see a cover story, and you'll see them maybe deny even the events that occurred, or they dismiss the events that were reported. So there's different things that happen, and depending upon, if you're a savvy reader, if you're smart, which all the King Cryptid readers are, they're the smartest readers in the world. if you are this reader, you're going to notice, that's interesting. Why are they doing a cover story for the events that occurred in this particular issue, but then this other event they acknowledge that issue? So that's a little strange. So there's things like that that play out throughout the series, and all of that stuff. Again, you don't have to get the trading cards to understand the issue, but it adds something else to the universe and the story itself.
Oh, I love that. You guys know I'm into my world building, and that is fantastic. I love how it ties into the series, something in the story, and it's kind of like some bonus secret information if you have the trading cards, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I love it. Hidden Hand Media says, just got a bunch of comics from you. Thanks for the cards. Yes, awesome.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and I want to eventually get, when we have enough issues and enough characters, I want to eventually have those like the character guidebooks that the big two used to put out that were so much fun. And then I also want to have a pocket guide eventually, like a field guide, a 4x6 little field guide of cryptids in your neck of the woods and where they've been located. You know, based on, because we've got an issues location map too on this. And based on where these different cryptids in the King Cryptid series have been sighted, put those locations down. And then, maybe you go out there and you find something. There's a lot of weird stuff out there. So maybe you find something that's not a cryptid in the field guide, and maybe you do. Who knows?
There is, or maybe you hike out into the mountains of southern Georgia, and then you find some Appalachian wildmen, and
You
we
never
have
know.
like stories of feral communities in Appalachia over here,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, that's probably where half the cryptid tales actually come from, just like wild people. Anyways,
There's no matter what, there's a lot of weird stuff out there. Whether
oh
it be
yeah,
cryptid or man, there's a lot of weird stuff.
yeah, people are weird. I embrace the supernatural. I think there's definitely all kinds of weird stuff out there, but also a lot of it is probably humans, because humans be crazy.
This is true.
I'm packing heat if I go cryptid spotting. Yes, I agree. Please do that. We encourage cryptid spotting, but please be safe. And
Squatching? Gonna go squatching?
yeah. The guidebook would be awesome. I love the Marvel handbooks. People are mentioning the Marvel handbooks.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd love to do that. And we're going to have enough characters to do that. It's just, I got to make sure that enough issues have passed to make that a viable thing.
Mm-hmm. You don't need a manga division to have me as a customer. I like plenty of stuff outside of the mangers, as much as I do embrace that. I just want good art and good storytelling. That's really all I want, and it's just seems like that's hard to find nowadays. But right here, there's no shortage of that. We got so much stuff. Trading card packs. There's another. Oh, this is a trading card box. Okay, this is like a little miniature thingy.
Yeah, the trading card box, like I said, it comes with 20 packs of cards, and it's got art all over the place. So if you were a trading card collector back in the day, it's kind of like those, only they don't have that part that you can then pop up and display as if you were selling it in retail. It's more like a keepsake box at that point. But there's art all inside of it and everything, and it's a fun, awesome looking box. It's about 5x7 by 2 inches tall.
All right. Oh, I love the trading card packs. I want to get to that point too, where you can get like a whole sealed thingy. That looks so official and awesome.
Yeah, and then we got the trading card binder as well. We got Nick Hunter art on there too, and that's also on the glow in the dark shirt too. Nick does a great job with that art. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff on the campaign, and there's so much more to come. So that's why I have to hold back, because there's a lot of different things to do. And there's a lot of those full moon and new moon specials that I was talking about. So there's still about 12 to 14 of those to release. And then we've got more campaigns for years to come with a lot more characters too. So there's a lot of different things I'd like to do, but I can't do just yet because I want you guys to get to know some of those characters first before I start putting out a lot of merch or whatever for it. But there's all kinds of cool stuff. Like I want to have a shirt that's about like the White Mountain Yeti. And, basically having it like a ski tourist type shirt, to go up and beware of the White Mountain Yeti at whatever White Mountain Lodge, that kind of a thing. But you know, all these different sorts of things we could do with the campaign and with the characters, and have just lots of fun with it.
That sounds awesome. That sounds stuff like cryptids. I don't know if anyone has really done like a super. I mean, you're doing so much that invites the readers to be immersed in the world with the trading cards and with what you're mentioning with like the case files and the t-shirt and everything. But like cryptid series would tie in so well to ARGs, and I'm wondering if like
Hmm.
that's a whole other thing. But I'm a
Oh
huge
yeah,
I
yeah.
watch a lot of Wendigo and I keep up with ARGs. I love that kind of stuff, and I'm like, this would be perfect if it was something like Blair Witch Project style. It's actually something out there, and then it seems like it's framed as real, but then of course it's a promotion for a comic. That would be badass.
Yeah, yeah. I could see
I'm
that.
just
That'd be awesome.
just snowballing, just horror nerding out over here. Don't mind me.
We'll workshop it reading.
Yeah, we'll workshop it. I'm happy to throw those ideas out. You're welcome. Just kidding. Nobody's gonna use it. This is a stupid idea. Anyways.
That devolved quickly.
Oh, I have no confidence. All right, Key Cryptid 5 to 9 digital. You have a digital tier too.
Yeah, we got digital tiers. So if you're international, you just like digital comics, you can pick that up. And when those are all done, they'll get emailed out to you. If you go on the Alterna site right now, you want to get King Cryptid 1 to 4 digitally, it'll get downloaded. It'll send you the download links tonight, and you could actually just read that through. But yeah, we got those up there also.
All right. And then you
Yeah.
have a signed script.
Yeah, so people could see the script. These scripts go literally to the artist. These are the ones that I send to the artist to do the story. And the thing is that these aren't traditional scripts. These aren't the kinds of scripts where it's like a breakdown of dialogue, camera angle, yada yada, whatever it may be, panel this, and focus on that. Most of the script, there's some pages that are like that, but most of the script is basically just me describing the story and what's occurring, and then I want the artist to envision how they see that page, that scene playing out, and then they thumbnail it, and we do the approval process like that. So I want the artist to have a lot of creative freedom on it, as opposed to worrying about what kind of dialogue is going to be there, what kind of captions are going to be there, whatever it may be, and then they change up the art, or it hinders them creatively from putting it how they want to put it. It's better for me to later on retro script the thing and revise what I'm going to put down, where I know most of what I'm going to put down. It's all in my head. And then I can just letter it that way.
All right. I've seen well, not a lot of people selling their scripts on with their campaigns. I know Narwhal does it, and that's fascinating. I wouldn't have thought that that's something the readers would want, but clearly it's like the process work and the sketchbooks, and people actually really like seeing the behind the scenes material. So that's cool that you have that there.
Yeah, yeah, it was a perk last year, and it's been popular this year too. A lot of add-ons and a lot of them being ordered on the Alterna site. So people dig it, but there are spoilers. There are spoilers for future issues and things like that too. So I recommend reading the issues before you read the script. But hey, you do whatever you want to do. Once it's yours, it's yours.
Mm-hmm. Crystal McGee's in the chat. What's up, Crystal? Hi. Yay. Thanks for joining. Isn't ARG something of pirates? Do people not know what ARG is? ARGs are augmented reality games. It's not just something like Pokemon Go. It's so they're augmented reality series. So basically, what they are is there's a lot of YouTube channels that do this. If you want a really good one, look into stuff like the Backrooms. Also, one I just found. There's this website called Mystery Flesh Pit National Park. It's really cool and amazing, and the story behind that is like there is some huge biological creature that was found in the middle of nowhere in America, and the government made it into a national park, but then clearly a disaster happened, and I mean like a miles wide creature buried underground, and they just dug into it and made it like a tourist location, and it's really gross and like it's really thorough realistic, and there's like art and fake photos from it and everything. So that's what ARGs are. They're immersive experiences, and it's pretty popular in the online horror genre right now, where for example, if you're talking about a cryptid, well, people will use like CGI or maybe have somebody dress up and film it like you actually encountered a cryptid, but it's clearly not. But it's an immersive experience, and the entire YouTube channel is playing it off like this is actually a group of kids who saw a cryptid, something like that. So it's a pretty cool form of new online entertainment, and I like it. I like it.
That's an ingenious way to launch a disinformation campaign.
It kind of is, but it's like usually they tell you, and it's like, okay, this you can tell if it's the ARG or it's supposed to be immersive.
For now.
Clearly, there's no like mystery flesh pit giant buried monster in the middle of nowhere in America, or maybe there is. Who knows?
Is there?
Who knows?
You don't
this
know.
Thing. Yeah.
Or do you know? What do you know, Rainey? You seem like you know an awful lot about this, and you're trying to make it like you don't.
I know nothing. I know nothing. It's all a lie.
Okay.
I am innocent. I have none of the secret knowledge.
Okay.
Explore at your own peril. Furries meet Blair Witch. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, that's the explanation. Check it out if you. I like that kind of stuff. If you're into like the horror genre, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff for cryptids out there too. So.
Oh yeah.
And anyway, so King Cryptid 5 to 9. So this is the basic.
Yeah, those are the issues. Yeah, those are the issues. So you get issues 5 to 9. They're signed, and just $15. And like it shows there, you're seeing 10 covers, but you're basically you're just getting 5 issues. It's because they got the front cover and the back cover.
Okay. So it's front cover, back cover. I see.
Yeah.
That is so cool how you do the covers. Yes, Wendigoon has an awesome video series on that. King Cryptid trading card binder. Yep. Oh, you have a lot of tiers. Like everything is. So is everything. It looks like almost all the items you're offering are a perk, and you can add on whatever you want on the back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the add-ons are all there too.
All right.
Yeah, so if you select anything, like let's say you wanted the main perk to be the trading card binder, you can get access to the add-ons when you click that. So, yeah, you got the 6x9 print set, so you get the 10 prints there, and then the 5 trading card packs. So you get 5 trading cards and then 1 sticker card in each pack, and you have a 1 in 50 pack chance of getting a sketch card. You got a 1 in 30 pack chance of getting a Moonlit Monster glow-in-the-dark sticker card. You got a 1 in 25 pack chance of getting a Power Profiles card, which is kind of a card stock that's like on a shimmery stock, and it's got like the information about the character, and you have different attributes for that character, different power rankings and things like that. We're going to have a bunch of those. It's kind of like a subset within the overall series. And then you've got a 1 out of 20 of getting a signed card by me. So if you get enough packs, I think 3 packs you can pretty much guarantee a full set. But if you get to 5 packs, it's gonna be really weird if you don't get a full set at that point. But these are just Series 2, so these are cards 9 to 18. So if you want to get Series 1 and you missed out, we have those available as well. You can just purchase those 1 card individually. I think each card's like $2. So you could just add those. So cards 1 to 8 would be Series 1, and cards 9 to 18 would be Series 2.
All right. Dan Genovesi asks, do you know when you'll close down the campaign?
This isn't going to close down for quite some time, so this is going to be in demand for a while. Last year's campaign, we launched it in May 2022, and then it closed down around, I want to say, June 2023. So this will probably be the same. It launched in on July 2023. It'll probably close down around August, September 2024. So you've got time, but there's going to be various perks, though, that do close down over that time, because as we go in production with different things and fulfill the campaign and all of that, I want to make sure that like the shirts go to production, and then the boxes, the trading cards, all that stuff. So as those things go into production, the perks are going to shut down. And then whatever excess we have, because I'm going to order excess of it, then I'll put that on either the next campaign or right to the Alterna site.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you for the question. I hope that definitely answered it. Well, so you're going to keep it up and just use it as a store for a while. That's smart.
Yeah. You know, and as I'm fulfilling the campaign, it'll still stay up. So this way, as people see it, you know, if they want to wait till that point to back, and it's just kind of, you know, get the books and they're going to ship out real soon because they're already done, you could do that. But if there's other perks out there that you do want to get, if you want to get, like I said, the shirt, the trading cards, the boxes, whatever that may be, you want to make sure you get that at least before the end of the year. Because really, once January rolls around, we're going to start closing out a lot of different perks.
All right. Good information. And here's the collector box too. Did I miss something? Oh, the catch-up tier.
Yeah, we kind of already talked about that. You get 1 to 9 for 25, yeah.
All right, and here's the collector's box, number 2 of 5.
Yep.
That you just showed on screen.
Yeah, that's on the featured perk, and yeah. So then you got the glow-in-the-dark shirts, so that's at $25, and you get that, this is actually a glow-in-the-dark shirt, and this is the last year's shirt.
You're wearing it!
Yeah, so this was last year's shirt, and it glows in the dark, and we're doing the same manufacturer for the glow-in-the-dark shirt for this year's campaign.
All right.
Yeah.
Looks good. Signed and unsigned. What is that?
Yeah, so you get one set of the books, the 5 issues signed, and then the other set is unsigned. So this way, if you want to read those or whatever it may be, or give them away or sell them, I don't know. I don't know what you do with yours once you buy it, but you get the option. So $25, you can get one set signed, one set unsigned.
All right, that's a great idea. And black and white sketch card.
Yeah, we got the it's a black and white sketch card, so it's on this tan paper stock. So here is I got one of these right there.
Oh, let me show everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So this way the artist could utilize like white gel pen or whatever else on here too, you know, kind of make it pop. But we've got options where you can get a sketch from, I think, 1 of 5 artists, something like that. And then you can choose from 1 of 10 different King Cryptid characters to get them to draw it for you.
All right. Love that. People love original art. So that's great. Signed and unsigned, 1 to 9. So same as before, but just for the 1 to 9 in total, right?
Yeah. Same thing. Okay. Same 1 set signed, 1 set unsigned. And then this is just bundles. We don't have bundles offered on the Alterna site because you can just pick and choose your own bundles and put that together really easily. But on Indiegogo, it's not as easy. So I've got a bunch of different popular bundles based off of what was popular last year. So you get a comic and a sketch card. You can get also there's the king size sketch card too. We have the 5x7. So if you want something bigger, where the artist can do more space, or you want to display it more than just a trading card, we have that option too, and that's right underneath the comics and sketch card bundle.
All right, and here's the 5x7 king size sketch card. Ooh,
yep,
the giant one.
Yeah,
big boy.
Yeah, and then we got the comics and shirt and box bundle. Pretty self-explanatory. It's just like the featured bundle, but you're getting a shirt with it.
It's a lot of combinations. Oh dear, you're giving everyone all the options.
Yeah. I find that there's just a lot of people that sometimes they get confused by the add-on process because it's not as easy on Indiegogo. So putting the bundles together, some of them anyway, it makes it a little easier for them.
Yeah, I do feel that. It's also... That might be easier for fulfillment too, right? Because what I realize with add-ons is you can't just pack everything that is already a set bundle. So this seems like a really good idea.
Yeah.
So better all around for everybody.
Totally. And then the sketch cover commission. Yeah, so we've got the sketch covers too. These are on a nice uncoated paper stock. If you guys want to get a sketch cover on there, You get one of, I believe, 4 artists to choose from on that, because one of the artists is in Australia. Nick Hunter's in Australia. So he doesn't want to chance it sending original art this way, so he's not an option. But he is an option on the king size card and the sketch card. So if you want, you can go grab a sketch cover commission.
All right. And the cryptid
And those are all
collection.
in the add-ons too. And everything that's on here is also on the Alterna site as well.
Okay. This is just like everything, right?
Yeah, the Cryptid collection, that's pretty much everything. And then the Supermoon bundle, you get every full moon and new moon special item. So in case you miss something, or in case you just want to get it and get it done with, this way you don't miss out, you could do that. We also have the sealed trading card box, like I said before. And then we've got the sketch bundle where you can get the sketch cover, the 5x7 sketch card, and a regular sketch card as well. So it's kind of like if you want to just get all the art options, that's right there. And then we've got the king size collection. That's getting just about everything, plus you get the sketch card artist option with all those bundles. And then the king size campaign subscription. You get one of everything new on the campaign. You don't get anything from last year's campaign, but everything that's new on this year's campaign, other than art commissions, you get that with the king size campaign subscription.
All right. King size campaign subscription. There you go. Oh, then that's it. Woo! That's a lot of options. That's an impressive campaign. Oh boy. That was a lot of stuff. Look at all this stuff. Ah, let's gaze upon this interior art for just a second.
Yeah, and the digital comics too. The digital comics that you get, if you do order the digital ones, they look like this, where there's kind of like a simulated newsprint look to it. So the King Cryptid ones have that look.
Love it, love it. This is Nick Hunter's art, right?
Yep.
Oh, I love his art. This looks so good.
Yeah, he does a great job. Yeah, that's from issue 2.
Yeah, it's so nice. And here's Mothman, or Behemoth.
The Behemoth, and that's Christian Rossi's art.
All right. Love the retro look. Look at all this. Well, get on this now, friends. Let's refresh and see if we've bumped up a bit. I know a few people said they backed, so let's see. Maybe you hit 10K. Are you going to hit 10K tonight? 10K, 10K, 10K. Oh, not yet, but we will.
Yeah, 3 more backers. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
I'm just kidding. I can't stay all night. But this should definitely be at least 10K and much, much more, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was just on Andy Smith's channel earlier tonight. We got to 20,506, so we got 5 backers on his show. And we got up from 20,003 something to 20,506. So now we're going to be into I think the 600 or 700 range, something like that, with 455 backers. At the 500 backer mark, it's going to unlock a stretch goal bonus for all the physical perk backers. You guys get a signed 6x9 print. So at that point, there's another bonus added on, and there's already a bunch of bonuses unlocked. So thank you guys so much.
All right. Yes, thank you all for your support of King Cryptid and Alterna. It is much appreciated, and Alex Fearby is right. Some of the new backers might be on the Alterna site too, which
yeah,
fully support. Yeah, let me just share this once more. Everyone, be sure to go to alternacomics.com, where you can get the exact same stuff as on the campaign, more or less. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's the exact same stuff. It's just we don't have the bundles on there that are on Indiegogo, but that doesn't really matter. You can make your own bundle on the Alterna site really easy.
All right. Wonderful. Well, I guess I had one more question. So this, it sounds like King Cryptid is something you can just create for a very long time. Do you have a planned time scale for this project, or are you planning on doing installments just as long as possible?
As long as I'm alive, or as long as the readers want it still. Whatever stops first. That's when this series will stop.
Forever. Okay.
So, yeah. As far as King Cryptid goes, it's about the journey of the characters and everything else. It's not one of those books that it's got a finite ending, because every single story is a story unto itself. It's just a complete story. it's not necessarily like, oh, King Cryptid has this objective to do this thing, and then once he does this thing, the series will end. The series essentially ends with King Cryptid just existing, you know, on the top of the mountaintop, looking outward, and you know he's always out there doing his thing. You know, he's just a force for good kind of a thing. I'm not gonna. I'm telling you right now, he's not. It's not gonna end with King Cryptid dying. It's not gonna end with something like that. This series is about the characters, the stories involved, how many different ones we could tell, how many different characters I could put out there, and just exploring themes of kind of like a philosophical, existential nature while also diving into action, adventure, sci-fi, horror, the mysteries of just cryptids in general and government cover-ups and conspiracies. So if people are into paranormal history, or if people are into anything that has to do with cryptids, UFOs, like I said, the unknown, anything along those lines, we really touch upon a lot of that within King Cryptid. But yeah, I've got 40 issues mapped out. I absolutely want to get to 100, and then I'm sure once I get to 100, I'll have another 100 more to tell. This is just a series that it's built to be that way, because it's literally every single thing I love about comics and the paranormal. Everything I love about everything storytelling is inside of this series.
Oh, I love it. Love to hear it. Alien abductions, right? The government conspiracy stuff and the cryptids. Hell yes. I'm into all of this.
There's a lot of there's a lot of stories to tell. So as long as the readers are here for it, I'm here for it, because I could just stop everything I'm doing and crank out 12 to 15 issues a year and not stop. That's I have to refrain from coming up with story ideas, and I know that kind of sounds weird or boastful or something, but it's every time I create a character or a new story, I'm always thinking of 2 or 3 more stories I could tell with this character. And then the more characters I create, and the more settings we explore, and the more themes we explore, the more I want to start having characters cross over. So it's a universe unto itself. So there's a lot of different things to do. And there's a lot of different character arcs that there all aren't. The story arc, the overall story arc, is essentially King Cryptid trying to... he's fighting these cryptids and these things that are being created by dark magic and corrupt science combining. But King Cryptid is basically trying to just defend his corner of the world. And he's noticing that we do branch out of the New England area in the series, and he's going to start noticing that this is a worldwide issue, and it's not going on just now. It's been going on for a very, very, very long time. So by the time that we do start telling all those issues, there's so many things to touch on. There's so many different subjects. There's so many different places to go to. Like, we can't have a cryptid story and not go to Eastern Europe or go to South America or go to, you know, the west coast of the U.S. We have to touch all these bases, and we're going to get there eventually, but I don't want to spoil how we get there.
All right. I love it. It seems like this IP is so flexible too, because he's essentially immortal, so you can tell stories from the past, you can tell stories from the present, maybe even the future. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, we'll even have a couple stories that don't even take place on Earth.
Oh boy. Spoilers, but I'm excited. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
How is that gonna happen? Dun dun dun. Back the book to find out. Dun dun.
Like I said, it's one of, I don't want the series to end. I don't want to stop telling stories. So it's literally gonna be, you gotta pry these from my dead cold fingers when the day comes. So it's one or the other. It's one or the other. Either I pass on to somewhere else, or the readers go, Pete, for the love of the Lord, we don't want any more of these. Stop. You know, so it's one or the other. And then even when the readers still cry out to stop, I'm going to be like, I'm giving you another 5. Don't worry. These 5 are going to win you over. Don't you worry.
We will never say that. We will never stop asking for more comics. That's what we're here for.
It's just... Right? Yeah, I mean, this stuff just kind of is, it's as old as humanity. This kind of thing, it just, it ignites the imagination. You know, all of the different possibilities that can exist out there that we're not aware of. And then the more we know, the more we find we don't know. So the more it gets our imagination going even on that level. because then when you're aware of what's possible, you're like, maybe now this is possible. So now you dream up more impossible things to hopefully dream are possible. So it's just a never-ending chain, and that's just humanity as long as we've ever been alive. So it's the same thing with King Cryptid. The more that you guys discover about the character King Cryptid, the more you discover about the characters around him and the world around him, and the several layers deep how this cover up and conspiracy goes. The more you're gonna go, wow, I'm very interested by all of this. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. People are gonna go, wow, I didn't see that coming. Even with the New England Cryptid Research Organization, I've had people guess at what the true nature of that organization is, and I've had some wild guesses, and still no one's hitting it on the head. So I think by the time it gets released, by the time we get to that point, probably around issue 50 or so, because that's the thing. Everyone's rushing to just tell their story and get out of there, right? But everything we know and love with everything that's iconic has been around for a while, and there's been a lot of stories, and some are better than others. But the only way that you're going to get around to making those iconic characters or telling those stories that last forever or really hit you, and that's my favorite one, is you got to keep making them. You got to keep getting out there and putting them out. And I love the fact that we're able to do that. Crowdfunding right now and selling direct to the reader, even if crowdfunding wasn't there, there's still ways to sell direct. The readers make this possible, because in a traditional system, King Cryptid's probably canceled by issue 6 or 7. Unless it becomes an instant crazy hit, and that's not likely to happen. It's very rare that happens on the comic market for an indie publisher, especially.
Agreed.
Yeah, I couldn't do a series like this. So that's the reason it's coming out now. Even I wanted to do a series like this for years, but until we left Diamond in 2020, and I realized, maybe this is possible, and that's why in 2022 I kind of launched this. It really has made it possible to do something like this. I never thought I would be able to. So with the readers there, and it's great. So I'm really grateful to them, and their interest and their enthusiasm makes me want to make more of these. So thank you guys.
Yeah, I really that's so well said. I agree with what you mentioned about series being canceled after just a few issues, and that's totally a main gripe that I have with mainstream, but it's not even mainstream publishing. It's so many publishers out there. The way they function, and even distributors, I suppose, is, if, just like you said, if a series isn't immediately massively profitable, then they cancel it. And
Yeah.
there's a flip side of that, where sometimes they are putting out really terrible products like Marvel does, and then it keeps getting canceled, but then they get rebooted. But then indie books, if you're not already famous, first of all, they only want miniseries from you. They don't want anything long form. They want to hear that we just want something that looks like it would be a good Netflix pitch, basically. And
Yeah.
if it's not immediately successful, they cancel you. They don't give you another chance. And that's part of why I decided to go independent, and then ended up here with Comicsgate, and I am very happy for it. Thank heavens I didn't try going for the traditional route, because I think the way that their business model has become is so antithetical to creativity, and, like you said, building something long term. Because you don't necessarily need to have a long form story. What you're doing is episodic, but you have planned for this IP to stretch out far into the future. So it doesn't so much matter what your storytelling model is, if it's episodic or not. The point is to build something that is as beloved as Spider-Man or Superman or Batman. You need those years and years of effort, that history. And the reason people love those characters is actually not just because the characters have cool powers. That's not what makes a character beloved. It's that history of us walking with the characters, knowing what they've been through, that experience.
Exactly.
Almost like you've grown and lived with them. And you need time, and you need to give creators a chance.
Yeah,
So it's
that's how
wonderful
they
that
become
we can do
real,
that
you
here.
know?
Yes,
That's how they become
exactly.
real to people, because comics is in a unique situation. Movies similar in a way, yeah. But comics more so, because in comics you don't need to have an aging movie star. So you need to replace James Bond every couple of years. You need to replace Spider-Man and Batman every couple of years, because they get old. They're real people playing these characters. until, of course, AI takes over, and then we're all screwed. But hey, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Whatever. Think about it.
in comics, you can have these characters. You can slow down the aging progression, and you can have these stories play out. A character like King Cryptid, where he's an immortal, we are going to see a passage of time. So if we do get to issue 50 and many years have passed, you are going to see some characters die of old age, some characters age, but King Cryptid doesn't. So he's in a different predicament. So I have a lot of different things, even at that point in time, getting to that aspect of the series, where characters that you see right now that are mortal, that are maybe young, maybe they're in their 30s or 40s or 20s or whatever. By the time we're 20 years down the road telling this series, you're going to notice an age factor with these characters. You're going to notice that they don't look the way they did. They don't know the things they know because they've grown, or maybe they've died. So there's a factor in that comic, in this series, where we have an immortal character. So we're going to see the world around him change. And that's why I'm saying I can't wait to tell those kinds of stories, because it's always progressing in a way that is both fantastical and yet realistic at the same time. But we see the world through this character's eyes.
I love it. I love the sound of that. And clearly you are, you have a long-term plan, and the dedication shows. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Is our T-Bert a cryptid? I don't think so, no.
No, I mean, if we didn't have a conclusive proof of our T-Bear's existence, then maybe I could say he was a cryptid. But
What
there's
if
too
he's
much proof at this point. It's been documented.
he could be an AI being. Oh no, you never know.
Yeah, I mean,
We
he could
live
still
in.
be a humanoid alien, Jury's out.
He could be, yeah.
Yeah.
The theories abound. The theories abound. Well, all right. We've been going for almost an hour and a half. Let me switch back to the Indiegogo campaign. Let's see if anyone else has backed it. Refresh again. Yeah,
Yeah, we got
got
somebody
it.
else. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. You guys are awesome. Everyone, make sure you go back this right now. If you've been listening or if you're watching the replay, the link is pinned in the description. Well, it's posted in the description. It's also pinned in the comments. So everyone go back Encrypted 59 on either Indiegogo or on alternacomics.com. Is there anything that I missed? Is anything else that you want to say about the series, this campaign?
You really did a full rundown of the campaign. Goodness gracious.
God, he's like, oh, it was so much work. It's really annoying.
I didn't expect such a thorough rundown of the campaign, to be honest. But you really fine-tooth comb.
I
So
mean,
thank
listen. I am nothing if not thorough. If I'm going to promote someone's book, I'm going to promote it, and I'm going to tell everybody exactly what's offered. And I think I love getting into the weeds as well and talking about the actual origins of the series, because I want to hear about things that you can't find from just looking at the Indiegogo campaign. And I love hearing about your intentions with creating this long form series and the origins of King Cryptid. So, I mean, thank you. That was amazing, and I am inspired by you, just like I always am with all of you awesome guests and you fans.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Oh.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. The CG surgeon. I don't think you want me to be a surgeon on anything. It's a very bad idea. It's a very bad idea. Marine interrogation. No, not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. Yeah. But all right. So if that is all, I will chill my thing for just a minute if you guys don't mind. I've got some stuff out there too. By the way, hey, look. I do. I have this thing. I have this little comic that could called Fiendish, and I'd really appreciate it if you checked it out. And I have built a whole website that I'm very, very proud of, fiendishcomic.com. So please take a look. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, Chapter 2 should be fulfilling as soon as possible. All the books are already printed, and with my fulfillment agency, Critical Blast. And I figured we would be shipping out just the more simple orders that are the books, and like with because all the stretch goal items are there as well. I have a couple of like add-ons, like the standees that I'm waiting for to come from overseas, but otherwise the books are all printed. So you guys will be getting your books very soon. In the meantime, please don't forget to go to the website, fiendishcomic.com, and sign up right here. I have a big email sign up in red. I also like revamped the website. Do you guys like it? Is it pretty? Like I changed it a little bit and I have like all these like bars. It looks nice, doesn't it? I'm really proud of it. So go sign up for the email right here. I'm using the website. What I decided is the website is going to be my sign up especially because I'm not really sure where I think I'll be coming back to Indiegogo for book 3, but I should be launching 2.5 on Fund My Comic, and I might also take pre-orders on the website right here because I do have an online store right here. I have a nice little shop, and where you can get chapter 1, but it is on pre-order because we sold out. It's amazing. Thank you guys so much. I can't believe the support that everyone has shown this series. Once again, thank you guys. But we have sold out of Fiendish 1 orders. It's a great problem to have, but I keep on having this problem, guys, where I do print runs and I think I overprinted and I ended up just having enough, or I'll sell out really quickly, even though I think I overprinted. And it's a really good problem to have. Like, please don't stop backing Fiendish. I love it. It's amazing. But I'm not complaining, but also I'm a little frazzled because
how much are you overprinting? Like what percentage or so? Do you know?
Maybe like for the campaign, very little, because my campaign covers are campaign exclusive. But for chapter 1, I overprinted, let's see, maybe like 20%.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Pretty normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great then.
Yeah.
I guess go for 30 next time.
I know, yeah. Well, what happened was once the campaign closed, people who heard about the campaign, they wanted to back something, so they go to the website, which is fantastic. I want to keep driving traffic towards the website because even though the crowdfunding campaign covers and I have a lot of campaign exclusive items, after the books for the campaigns fulfill, I will always have the books on the website. So yes, Fiendish Chapter 2 will be on the website with a new cover. I call it my permanent market cover. This cover here I'll just click through. This wasn't available on the campaign, but this is the permanent cover, right? And chapter 2 will have the same thing. So I always have I'll have the books available on the website. But people heard about it, they came here, and now I'm out of stock. So thank you guys so much. I'm totally flabbergasted. You guys are awesome, and keep on checking out this site. You get merch like you just saw on the shop, and also sign up right here for the email list so you don't miss out on anything, and you don't miss out on all the goodies that I'll send out when chapter 2.5 launches. And also I am planning on doing a store sale literally like starting tomorrow. So I think I'm going to run a discount through the merch store through the rest of August, like a late summer sale, and you'll only get it if you sign up for the email list. So do that right now before it's too late, so you get all the coupons for that. And once again, I am so grateful for your support. Everybody who has supported Fiendish, you guys, your support means the world to me. Thank you. Muchas gracias. TJ for 10. I'm a dork and I missed the Fiendish 2 campaign. Oh no, look at I order it on back order. Okay, there you go. Speaking of, you will be able to order it on the website right here, fiendishcomic.com. So sign up for the email list or just bookmark this website. It'll be up on the shop. What's happening now is I'm also really overloaded with work because I have store orders still to pack for some other items. I have thumbnails for chapter 3 to do, and I'm setting up the 2.5 campaign, but also I want to put chapter 2 up on the store, but the cover isn't done yet. So I need to finish this cover, and I have like 3 other covers to finish at the same time on top of work for other people. So I'm just trying to finish this cover so I can have the book out the store, and then I have to actually do the print run because print runs aren't easy. So that's why it's a pre-order, because I'm going to have to tack the chapter 2 permanent market cover print run onto the chapter 2.5 print run.
Are you having a nervous breakdown, Rini? Breathe. Breathe. Breathe, Rini. Breathe.
I got this.
Breathe. Breathe in time to this. Breathe. In, out.
Sorry.
In, out. There you go.
Now I
All
just feel
right.
like I'm being
It's okay.
hypnotized.
It's okay. Well, at least your breathing is back to normal. The last thing we want Rini to do is hyperventilate on stream, pass out, and then I have to awkwardly leave.
Oh, it's I have nervous breakdowns on stream all the time, but it's fine. It's so far everyone's put up with it. So
All right. All right.
thank you, CJ, for the $10. I appreciate it. I hope that answered your question. You might have to replay that and slow it down. I apologize to talk really quickly. I have problems. I have all the problems. A little more than normal. Just a little bit, though. Jeremy Burst, member for 13 months. Thank you. Any updates on my mug? Oh, right, your mug. No, I haven't heard anything back. I did try to contact USPS, but they don't give a shit, of course. So I'm just going to order a new mug and send it to you. So I apologize. I don't know why. It's entirely USPS, by the way, because Printful manufactured it like a month ago and sent it out. So it's out of their hands. And so I don't know why the product has been stuck in North Carolina. I'm about to drive to North Carolina and tell them, where's this mug? No, I'll just order another one. So thank you very much.
Bring a baseball bat.
Yeah. I mean, it's so frustrating. Like, I have very few problems really with USPS. My huge shipping fuck up was with Australia Post, who threw my load of my books into a pond when it,
Wow.
Yeah, that was great. Fiendish One Fulfillment was a whole adventure, Pete.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, some people, there are some crazy antis out there who are like, she's making this up. I'm like, I'm not. I really don't want problems with this. And
yeah, you were paying off the Australian post office to throw your books in the pond.
I know. Why would I do that?
The dingo ate my books.
Yeah, the dingoes, the cryptids ate my books.
There's just koalas all throughout, chomping on eucalyptus and fiendish books.
Yeah,
for roughage.
Totally. But that was not good. USPS has been pretty good for me so far, but sometimes they fuck up. So my apologies.
Wow. Well, I'm on Bancroft's channel tomorrow, so I'll have to ask him what that's about. Why his country is so actively against you.
Just me. They're just targeting me alone.
I've never had a problem with Australian Post, but apparently you have.
They're out. They have it out for me. It's just, it's weird.
They're
sabotaging me. I've got a saboteur in the system. I'm figuring it out.
I'm piecing the puzzle together for you, Rini.
Thank you.
There's a deeper conspiracy here against you.
There is.
I'll get to the bottom of it.
There is. I kid. It's just sometimes postal service orders
kangaroos.
Are assholes.
It's all the marsupials in Australia. You ever notice they don't really exist too much anywhere else? What are they hiding in those pouches? Fiendish books.
This is going in a weird direction. I wasn't ready for any more marsupials hiding things in their pouches.
I'm telling you.
Everyone
will think this is crazy till it's true, and there's an image of a kangaroo with the Fiendish book sticking out of the pouch. Then they'll know that I'm right.
Someone is going to meme that on Twitter in about 5 minutes.
I'm telling you.
There you go.
Yeah, see? TC knows.
TC knows. Onto something, yeah. Maybe he is, and I should be learning and listening. I will. Yeah. I will consider this thoroughly. The marsupials are out to sabotage me. Zachary asks, Irene, are single book orders shipping out for Fiendish 2, or are early backers getting their stuff shipped out first, regardless of tier levels? We're shipping by perk, so we should be shipping like the single book orders, or like single books with an add-on of a variant cover and so on and so forth. So the larger box tiers, because those include the standees that aren't done yet, those will have to wait a couple weeks. But the single books are going out first for Fiendish 2. At least that is my plan. That is my plan. Well, all right. Enough of my stuff. You guys have heard enough about Fiendish, but once again, go check out fiendishcomic.com, this website over here. And don't forget that we were here today to talk about King Cryptid. So, back this one more time. I just have to say that because I'm committed to promoting my wonderful guests.
$26 away from 9,500 on the Indiegogo. Thank you guys.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So close. So close.
We're getting there. Slowly but surely. The first 60 days of last year's campaign, we were at like 27,000 something. So I want to see if at the first 60 days for this campaign, if we could get past that. I think we can. We got it. This is like day 31 or 32, something like that. So I think we could do it. We're getting close. It's almost at 21.
I believe in you. I mean, you've been on every
just
single
like a
channel
cryptid.
for like...
Just like a cryptid, Rini believes in me.
I do believe in you, and also you, just like a cryptid, you've been like popping up everywhere and then just disappearing. But also, that's not really like a cryptid. You have been
it kind of
doing
is like a
promotional
cryptid
round, so it is. Yeah, you've been seriously. Pete has got to be the most hardworking person I've ever seen in comics, and comic artists we're a bunch of overworked motherfuckers, but.
I'll take the compliment, though.
Website and the promotion is just amazing. It's just amazing.
The work's never done, and let's pray it never will be.
That's right. Keep us working, everybody.
Yeah,
back
keep
our
us
books.
working.
Back our books. All right.
Keep Rini having those mental nervous breakdowns.
Oh yeah. It's like I need a management team. I need some secretary. I can't do everything. Oh my gosh, I need 48 hours in a day so I can draw everything. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. This is fine.
It is
all
fine.
Right. It's fine. It's fine. I need like that burning this is fine meme. All right. I think that's everything. I will say adieu to everyone for tonight. Once again, thank you for joining me, Pete. Where can everybody follow you?
You can follow me on is it Twitter anymore, or is it X?
I still call it Twitter. It's like, how am I supposed to not call it Twitter?
Follow me on X.
I know, that sounds so like, what is that, like a porn site? It's so weird.
Follow me on Twitter at Peter Simeti, but the better place to follow me, subscribe on YouTube. So youtube.com/Peter Simeti. I got all kinds of great interviews on there. I got the rest of this month booked out. You could even go watch the one I had Rini on there like a week or two or whatever ago. So lots of great stuff on there, and you learn more about King Cryptid 2. I do deep dives into comics and the paranormal as well. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free, subscribe.
All right, go do that. And also, you can follow me on the Twitter axis, Twitter X, Twitter X,
the shitter,
whatever, the shitter.
That's what he should have called it.
I don't know what Musk is doing. But anyways, that, and I'm Rini Draws everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, my YouTubes, which is clearly this is my channel. Before you leave, make sure you subscribe and hit like. That does actually help. I took a couple weeks break from streaming. I just had a lot going on, but I'm back to it. And I would like to do a draw stream. I don't know if I'll do it tonight, but I know I've been slacking on the draw stream, so that'll happen again, and I'll be back next week. I've got the rest of August booked, lots of promotional shows. I will be streaming every Wednesday night at the same time, 9:30. I'll be promoting comics. This is the HELLION art show where I pimp some awesome indie comics, so we have a lot coming up for the next, like, month and a half. Everything is booked until October pretty much, so make sure you're subscribed. There's going to be a lot of content coming forward, and thank you all for being here. You guys
thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Rini.
Right. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Cheers.